everybody. We're back again to talk some more NFL football. We are officially about halfway or so. There are 17 games this year, so you can't get halfway through because that's 8.5 games. So, but anyways, we're right at halfway done. We have done week 7. So
a lot of stuff
next week we will be about halfway through the season. Again, we're getting into some really exciting games of the year. We're finding out who's good
and who's bad.
The contenders and the pretenders. So, but what we're going to do, we're going to recap the winners and losers of week 7. We'll talk about our dumpster fire of the week with Marty, the dumpster fire, and then we will talk about who we think our winners and losers are of week 8 in the NFL. But let's go ahead and start by talking about week 7. We had our Thursday night game was an injury-riddled game with a bunch of backup players, but it was still a pretty good game.
And D'Ernest Johnson broke out.
Yeah, both of those teams were fighting for their playoff lives, really. The Broncos at the
Browns.
Cleveland Browns. And the Browns came out on top 17-14.
D'Ernest Johnson broke out, and he's the third string with 116 yards rushing in that game.
Yeah, LeBron actually tweeted him out, said, "There's my boy," something like that. And it shocked him, but
he's an Ohio guy,
Mm-hmm. But we actually picked the Browns to win because it was just a talent thing. Even with their quarterback out with the Browns, they still had
offensive line and a running game.
They still had a good offensive line. They had the number 1 rushing game in the NFL. So their offensive line good. Their blocking scheme's good, and their third string running back took advantage of that, and he ran all over the Broncos.
Speaking
Broncos
the Broncos are in trouble.
Where have I heard that before?
A long time. They still don't have a quarterback.
No, haven't they went through? How many quarterbacks did they say they went through? 12 quarterbacks in the 10 years or something.
Let me count.
How many quarterbacks have they had since Peyton?
Kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 quarterbacks in the 9 years.
He retired in 2015. In the past 5 seasons.
6 years. Oh, in 6 years they've had 10 quarterbacks.
Talk about a dysfunctional mess.
This is the Manning curse, dude. Manning won Super Bowl, retired, gone. Indianapolis wins Super Bowl. Manning leaves, hadn't been back to the Super Bowl since. They need to hire Peyton Manning back just to have the presence of Peyton in that building. If you ain't the quarterback, just have him on there in the building so you can get a little mojo back.
Coach,
something, yeah. But the Browns are still alive in the playoffs, and the Broncos probably
are spiraling out of control.
Are not at this point. I say we're to the point where you can figure out who's going to make it, who ain't. Broncos probably ain't. Browns.
They lost Von Miller to an ankle injury.
Yeah, which was the best player on the team. We'll jump into Sunday's game. We had the Washington Dubs.
Failed to get a dub against the Packers.
The Packers' old man Aaron
beat them off his lawn with his stick.
24-10. We figured that would happen too. That was just a pure talent thing. The Packers are starting to gel a little bit too. They're not putting up wow numbers
like they did last year,
but they're winning. And if you get the win, that's really all that matters right now.
They're facing injuries right now, but they can just try to clean that up later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our shocker of the week, the Kansas City Chiefs went to the Tennessee Titans
and laid an egg.
They didn't lay an egg. They laid half an egg. They didn't even bring the whole egg with them. It was so bad. 27-3. How do you score 3 points with that offense, man? I mean, did we pick Tennessee or did we pick Kansas City?
I think we picked the Chiefs or something.
I don't remember. I'm setting block out from my memory. But no, Tennessee, went to Buffalo last week
and beat them on a goal line stand at 3 points.
And then beat the Chiefs this week. So, man, Tennessee is definitely
starting to get it together.
They're one of the top 3 teams in the AFC right now. It's gonna be an exciting stretch. You can see Tennessee as a power.
Trying to be.
Kansas City
is dwindling.
Is not. What happened there? But anyways, we might jump back around that one here later a bit too. We had your poor Panthers at the Giants
with a historically bad offense.
Yeah, without Christian McCaffrey there and some of the other injuries,
they had to bench Sam Darnold.
They benched Sam Darnold just to try to get
PJ Walker.
Just to try to get some kind of spark. That didn't even work. I think,
the offense, the team has spiraled out of control. They're 3-4 after starting 3-0.
Yeah, and lost four in a row. Ever since McCaffrey got injured,
the whole team completely
they've lost their identity as a team. Now you sort of hope that he can come back, but will it be too late? Will it be too late to make the playoffs? It's still a long season. It's still only 7 games in.
Would they fire their offensive coordinator before then if it keeps getting this bad?
No, I don't think it's his fault. There's too many injuries. I really don't think it's his fault. But anyways, the Giants, they pulled out a win there. We had the Bengals at the Ravens was the other shocker.
This is a debut show up to the league kind of game for Cincinnati.
Yeah, Joe Burrow said, "Here I am, all you people."
He threw for 400 yards.
41
to 14.
To
Bengals.
41 to 17. 41 to 17.
Cincinnati gets a big win for their playoff dreams.
That's a 27-point win against the team everybody had won 5 games in a row. They had won 5 games in a row, and everybody was picking Baltimore to be the best team in the AFC. And the Bengals said, no. They gave them the finger wag. them a tumble. No. And now Cincinnati is the number 1 seed in the AFC.
The Bengals.
I said it. I said it out loud.
The Bengals.
The Bengals are.
Who they?
They are. If we were to start the playoffs right now, they are the number 1 seed.
Congratulations to Cincinnati.
Congratulations, Joe Burrow. And man, that Jamar Chase looks like something, don't he?
They drafted him in the first round. He's his first special weapon.
How many yards pass receiving did he have? 200
against a big playoff contender.
Against a good defense. The Baltimore's got a good defense.
Isn't that normal though for Baltimore? Isn't that what they've done for years?
Now the Bengals introduced themselves
to the NFL,
and the Titans reinforced themselves. So now we've got 2 of the top 3 teams in the AFC now.
We'll get to one later.
Now, we have the Bears at the Buccaneers. Talking about the best team in the NFL. The Bucs are still the best team in the NFL. They're the Super Bowl champs, and they still have Tom Brady. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah. They got the horseshoe.
And
Matt Nagy is going to kill Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is 22 years old. Tom Brady has been a quarterback for 22 years. A little bit of a mismatch there.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit of a mismatch there.
I still think Matt Nagy needs to get out of there.
Matt Nagy is going to kill another quarterback. He kills one every year, so
he killed Mitchell Trubisky. He's going to try to kill Justin Fields.
And
they need to get another guy in there pretty soon.
Yeah, they lost 38-3. I think we called that one pretty easy last week too. That would be nasty. We had the Falcons at the Dolphins.
The Falcons actually pulled out a close win.
30-28.
Second straight dub for the Falcons.
Second straight over the Falcons. They found who? Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts has been a main weapon for them.
He is going to be a top tight end in the league. They probably won't recognize him this year because he's a rookie and it took 4 or 5 games to get him.
But Matt Ryan's going to love throwing to him.
Next year, he might be tight end number 1 next year just because of his youth.
And Cordero Patterson has found his footing as the running back.
Cordell Patterson is fantastic as a running back for the Falcons. If you could take
Calvin Ridley too.
Mm-hmm. So that team might be finding themselves. They may make a late run here. You don't know. It's not too late. You know it's the Falcons, but they're starting to gel a little bit with some of the team there. So we'll see. We had the Jets at the Patriots. Oh, the poor
This was
Jets.
just a bludgeoning.
54-13.
Speaking of having a team's number.
54. Man, the Jets just can't beat New England. Of course, their quarterback went out injured, didn't he? He's going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Injury for 4 weeks.
Yeah, he's going to be out for a month now. So the Jets are
struggling immensely.
We had the Raiders at the Eagles. The Eagles at the Raiders. The Raiders 33-22.
We thought they were going to spiral out of control after their mess in the front office, but
they've won how many in a row now?
2.
They won 2 in a row since their coach, and that actually makes them. What, 5-2?
To tie with the Bengals, Ravens, and the Titans.
And speaking of 2, they are the number 2 seed in the AFC.
We got the Bengals, Raiders.
The Bengals
Titans,
is the number 1 seed.
Raiders is second. Titans is third. Bills are 4th.
The Bills are the 4th seed. So that's your top 4 teams in the AFC right now.
pretty interesting when you think about it.
No Kansas City in there. No Chargers in there.
It's just a whack.
No. Welcome to 2021 NFL, people. We had the Lions at the Rams. The Rams got healthy against the Lions. We thought they would. They won by 9.
The Lions put up a fight, but the Rams came back with more talent. Here we come to save the day.
The Stafford
talent
beat the Lions are toothless now. I think Stafford was their teeth. And now he ran off, and now they're just trying to gum their opponents and not doing very well at it. We had the Texans at the Cardinals.
This was, weirdly enough, 5-0 at the start, but the Cardinals pulled it together and beat them by 20-plus points.
31-5 after starting out 5-0. Yeah, so, I mean, the Cardinals are good, and the Texans are bad. We had the Colts at the 49ers.
The 49ers are underachieving, and Kyle Shanahan might not have a job.
Yeah, he's in trouble because the Colts are not a good team.
And the 49ers have a ton of talent.
And Carson Wentz did his best Forrest Gump impression. Did you see that? Oh, this was horrible. The Colts are not good. The 49ers are even worse.
Way to bring back the Carson Wentz thing.
30-18.
But he's not.
He's winning.
He's Wentz.
He's Wentz right now.
He's Wentz right now.
And then Monday Night Football was actually a really good football. Another injury-laden
defensive game.
But the Saints won 13-10 because Alvin Kamara is Alvin Kamara.
And the Seahawks are in deep, deep trouble.
Yeah, without Wilson, they're going to struggle mightily. And honestly, at this point, they might want to look towards the draft. There's a bunch of teams at this point might want to look towards the draft and not kill their good players, but play conservatively and just get a good position in the draft. You still want to try to win each week, but you want to conserve your talent. You don't want to hurt people. You don't want to overexert people. Let them take some plays off and stuff like that.
The Saints are 4-2 and trying to situate themselves within the squeeze
I
of the
still
playoffs.
don't trust the Saints. Now, don't get me wrong. They've got
Alvin Kamara,
which I think behind Derrick Henry, who's the better running back than Alvin Kamara?
I mean, if Alvin Kamara can throw a touchdown pass, he might be close.
But yeah, he doesn't have the rushing yards that's maybe some
and
of
the passing touchdowns.
But the passes, but it does have 3,600 plus yards running and 3,000 plus yards receiving.
The only back who's ever done that.
The fastest. There was one other did it. I think Roger Craig did it, but he is the fastest in the history of the NFL to go 3,000. Cool. So the Saints are that good. Marcus Callaway is really good. They underused Marcus Callaway in this game. Marcus Callaway and
Jameis Winston is a mixed bag.
Yeah, he was not very accurate in this game. He was throwing behind people and over people and beside people. So Jameis Winston was Jameis Winston. But the Saints came out with a win, and that's what they need. And that is our recap of our winners and losers.
Now we get our dumpster fire.
Now we get to talk about our dumpster fire.
Probably our most surprising dumpster fire of the year, probably.
It's my most surprising dumpster fire. So let's check out Marty right here.
Dumpster fire of the week.
Yeah. And our dumpster fire of the week is
Kansas City.
Kansas City Chiefs.
This is the most bizarre one I've ever had to speak of.
We sort of struggled about mentioning the Kansas City Chiefs as a dumpster because they were in the Super Bowl last year, and the year before that they won the Super Bowl.
And the year before that they were in the AFC Championship.
They were in the championship game, and they got the reigning MVP. Or what was the MVP last year?
He was the Aaron Rodgers was MVP last year. He was the MVP the year before.
So I mean, how could you go from that? The Buccaneers. What did they do to them?
They broke them.
The Buccaneers broke the Chiefs.
Bad.
They the only quality win they have right now is against the first week Browns, which they won 33-29 in a shootout.
And the Browns didn't even get themselves together at that point.
No,
they were in preseason mode.
They lost to the Ravens, lost to the Chargers, lost to the Bills, lost to the Titans. They are now 3-4. A losing record. 7 weeks in. Folks, they will not make the playoffs.
From how they've performed with Patrick Mahomes, of all people, becoming a turnover machine, He's Pat Pick McCants or right now.
I don't know. I think they had some injuries and they revamped stuff. And Patrick Mahomes is just trying too hard right now. He's trying to do everything himself, and it's not working. Plus teams are playing what defense against them now?
Too deep.
They're playing too deep on them now, so that's cutting out those
Tyreek Hill bombs, taking
deep to mid-deep range,
which you think it would not be a big part of their offense, but it is. Yeah. And since they've cut that out, it's frustrating for them to go down the field slowly.
And not only is their offense struggling, guess what? The best points is their defenses gave up the entire year.
What?
27 this week. That was the best performance their defense had the entire 7 games so far.
And that was a Todd Downing offense that Derrick Henry carried on his back.
Let's think about that. They gave up 29 to the Browns, 36 to the Ravens, 30 to the Chargers, 30 to the Eagles, 38 to the Bills. Well, no, I'll take that back. They beat Washington and only gave up 13.
Washington's not a good team.
But Washington's horrible, yeah. But they gave up 27 to the Titans. If you total that all together, they're still probably averaging close to 30 points a game is what they're giving up. You can't give up 30 points a game and expect to win. And Patrick Mahomes is probably trying to score 30 to match what the defense is going to give up. And again,
he's trying too hard, and he's becoming Pat Pick Mahomes.
They need to revamp that defense and to get a better running game. Something just take some pressure off of Mahomes because he is trying way too hard, and shut his brother up too. But that's beside the point. Man, but the dumpster fire is burning in Kansas City right now. I never thought I would smell a dumpster fire in Kansas City for at least 10 more years.
Yeah, but his brother's acting like one right now.
His brother, I think, is one who's lit it on fire or something. I don't know.
Jackson Mahomes doing this on TikTok and dancing on Sean Taylor's memorial, doing a TikTok dances.
Oh, look right, yeah. But yeah, Kansas City is on fire. En fuego. The bad one. The bad en fuego, because you can smell the banana peels burning right now.
In Kansas City.
Yes, in Kansas City. Oh, well, let's go ahead and jump on into our Week 8 winners and losers, at least who we think is going to be the winners and losers. We'll jump on into Thursday's game, which is this is a good game. Again, we're going to find out now who's the best team in the NFC. The Packers
or the Cards
or the Cardinals. That's who's playing Thursday night. We got the Packers.
We got a good one this Thursday.
The Packers at the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are favored by 6.5 points over old man Rodgers.
Do you know why?
Why?
Devontae Adams is on the COVID list.
Devontae Adams is out on the COVID list.
Second receiver, Allen Lazard, is on the COVID
list now. So now he has no receivers to throw the ball to.
He'll have to trust on some Marquez Valdes-Scantling.
The number 1 receiver in the NFL is Devontae Adams. He's probably the top dog right now. But now he does have some old school guys there. He's got Randall Cobb. Don't be surprised if Randall Cobb doesn't score a touchdown this week, or maybe dos touchdowns this week.
But the Cardinals have talent.
6.5. Do you think Arizona's going to beat them by 6.5?
That would be impressive, but I don't think so.
I don't know it too, man. I think I still think probably Arizona wins because there's too many people going to be out on the Green Bay side. But I still think Aaron Rodgers keeps it to a 30-27 game. I think it's a 3-point game.
Because he's old man Aaron.
He's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I've betted against Aaron Rodgers in the past, and they're wrong. So I'm going to take that Green Bay plus 6.5 just because it's 6.5 points against Green Bay. That's crazy. We'll jump on into our Sunday games. We got the Panthers at the Falcons.
This is a toss-up.
Mm-hmm.
But sadly, I might have to give this one, as a personal Panther fan, to the Dirty Birds.
Probably have to. They're playing better right now. Like I said, they found Kyle Pitts. They found Cordell Patterson. Calvin Ridley's struggling a little bit, but I think the pressure will come off of. Now the Pitts is getting all the attention. They can't double up Ridley. So, without Julio Jones there, you can double Ridley up, but not now. If you throw Pitts out there, and if there's a linebacker covering Pitts, it's over because there's not going to be a linebacker cover Pitts out of the backfield. So I probably would.
He puts defenses in the pits.
He does put defense in the pits. Yes, he does. Pun. Fantastic. Yeah, the Falcons are favored by 2.5. I'd probably take it because it's about a field goal game. Probably the Falcons win. 49ers at the Bears. Let's see who can be worse.
Kyle Shanahan has to win this. He has to win this.
San Francisco is favored by 3.5 at the Bears.
The Bears are a bad offense because Matt Nagy's not a good head coach.
No.
And he's going to probably mess up Justin Fields. Like I said before, they need to get another guy in there.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm going to pick the 49ers.
We'll take the 49ers minus 3.5. We got another fantastic game. Again, we're going to find out who's the good and who's the bad. We got the Steelers at the Browns.
Okay, this might be a toss-up because the Browns have injuries, and the Steelers are painfully inconsistent.
They got Najee Harris. The Steelers have Najee Harris. That's what's good about them right now. Ben is doing the best he can, but they got Najee Harris. But I'm still, because Cleveland, they got a third-string running back that got over 100 yards last week. I'm going to lean towards Cleveland. Cleveland's minus 3.5 here. I'm going to take Cleveland minus those 3.5. I think they will win over the Steelers. We got the Titans at the Colts.
The Titans are favored by 1 point.
1 point. 1 point.
Can Derrick Henry... I think Derrick Henry's the best running back in football right now.
I'm going to take the Titans minus 1. I think that basically that's saying the Titans are going to win. Would you take the Titans would win against the Colts?
I think they would. All
right, I'm gonna definitely take the Titans minus 1 then. We got the Bucks at the Saints.
I'm gonna pick Tampa.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna be fun, but the line on it's only 5.
It depends if they get Gronk or Antonio Brown back, depending on the point differential.
I still think though that the Tampa Bay's defense is going to pick off Winston at least once, maybe twice. I just think he's due. He should have threw 1 or 2 last time, dude. He should have. There were some bad throws there.
We should have brought back the bakery.
I actually think it's going to be way more than 5. This might be one that I would lean on a little bit because I think it's
10.
I think it's like 31-10, man. I think it's a 20-point game. Could be 31-17, but still that's a 14-point game. I think they pull that 5 pretty easily.
The Bucks have the best wide receiving core in the league, and they're going to use that to their advantage.
This is a division game too. You don't want to give that would make the Bucks 6-2 and the Saints 5-2. You don't want to give. You're risking giving first place away if you don't win this game. So I think the Bucks pull it away pretty good. We got the Cowboys at the Vikings.
The boys should take this one.
I'm going to take.
They got the best rising corner in football and Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs, he gets an interception a game, man. 2 of them to the house in what, 7 games? In 6 games.
In 6 games, he's taken
7 interceptions, 2 of them.
Going for 6 points.
2 of them back to the house. Cowboys are favored by 2.5 at the Vikings. I'm going to take the Cowboys
Dallas
there,
has talent on offense, and they're starting to get it together on defense.
Yeah.
Because
Dan Quinn.
Big D Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn has turned out to be a very good defensive player, yes. Defensive coordinator. We got the Dolphins at the Bills, maybe the crushing of the week.
The Dolphins haven't won since week 1.
No. The Bills, did the Bills have a bye week last week?
I think they did.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, they did.
They had a bye week. So they're coming off of a loss and a 2-week break.
This is going to be
They're going to destroy, man. This is a 41-10 game.
You know how hot it is in Miami? They're going to come back like a fiery puff of smoke.
The line's 13.5. 13.5 is huge in the NFL. I'm taking it, man. I'm taking that minus 13.5.
That's our lock.
That might be our lock of the week, dude. The Bills coming off of a loss and a 2-week break, they're going to, if they don't score 40, something wrong. Something's going to be wrong if they don't put up 40. And you think the Dolphins are going to put up 20? No. So it's a 40-10. That's what the game's going to be. We got the Eagles at the Lions, 2-5 versus 0-7.
I'm going to pick the Eagles.
I'd probably pick the Eagles too. Philly's favored by 3.5. They'll probably win by 4.
The march to a winless season again for Detroit.
Let's see if we can get that 0-17 record.
They're a bad enough franchise to do it.
The Bengals at the Jets. The Jets coming off and getting beat down. They're going to have a
With
backup.
Joe Flacco starting.
They're going to have a backup.
The Bengals should have the leeway here.
Yeah, Bengals are favored by 10. I would probably lean on that 10. It's scary with a backup quarterback coming in because you don't know how the defense is going to play him. There's no film on him. You don't know what they're going to do. 10 points is a lot of points in that situation, but if I was having to pick, I would take Cincy minus those 10. Rams, Texans.
This is another beatdown in the waking.
6-1 versus 1-6. This is the mirror reflection. Good team, bad team. Really good team, really bad team. 6-1 versus 1-6. The Rams are going to blow the doors off of that one too. They're favored by 14.5.
I'd probably take that.
Again, I'm afraid of points that big in the NFL, but if I was leaning towards one, it would be the 14.5. Patriots, Chargers. Man, this is going to be a good game.
I think the Chargers might squeak this one out.
Yeah, because it's hard for New England to go all the way out
Los
to
Angeles.
Los Angeles and play. New England's coming off of a big win. Might be a little bit of a letdown. Young team, young
And
quarterback.
Chargers coming off a bye. with
Chargers
Justin
coming
Herbert.
off of a loss. Didn't they lose their last one too?
They lost to the Ravens a couple weeks ago. And
So they're coming off of a
back.
loss after 2 weeks of rest at home. Yeah, I would take the Chargers. Chargers minus 5.5. Jaguars at Seahawks.
I'm going to pick the Seahawks, but if they lose this game, I'm going to have to be questioning Pete Carroll a little bit.
Yeah, Jacksonville going all the way to Seattle. Seattle's favored by 3.
I'll come off of 3 straight losses, or like 3 or 4 straight losses.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but they got a lot of injured players. But I still take the Seahawks minus 3. We got the Washington Dubs at the Broncos. I would take the Broncos on that one. That's a pride thing. It's hard to play in Denver too. Denver's favored by 3.
They better hope they win.
If they lose to the Washington, then it's time to
Blow up the
They're
ship.
going to blow up the ship out in Denver, yeah. And then our Monday night game, we got, should be a good game, but it's the Giants at the Chiefs.
I'm going to pick Kansas City.
I'll pick Kansas City big because it's not a good team they're playing.
Yeah, they're playing Jason Garrett's offense.
It'll be-
And Jason Garrett's offense is as bad an offense. He makes Todd Downing look like
It'll be 34 to 17.
Peyton Manning.
34-17, 34-20. They'll beat them by 10 plus points. Line's 10. I think it'll be 14 plus points. So, yes, I would definitely attack that one too. And that is all of our NFL for this week. We hope you had a little fun with this again. Hope you just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
Groovy baby button.
Hit the Groovy Baby button. Share us with your friends. Share us, care. See you next week.
See you next week.